Hi all, this is Sia Nas and welcome to episode 61 of the Diary of Sia Nas. So today I got the pigtails going, had a fun day. Today is a Sunday, which is when I record, and today I went to Moomba, and Moomba's always fun, so that's why the pigtails are going. So let's start with the week and then I can let you know about Moomba. So the week started on the 2nd of March, Monday the 2nd of March, and as always on a Monday, I edited and uploaded the podcast. I'm also working on my prototype once again, my top secret prototype. The first designer that I started working with has given up. Really bad sign from the start anyway, wasn't very enthusiastic. So now I've found a second designer, and on the Monday just had a chat with them and spoke to them, and they seem pretty interested, so that's good. So hopefully get that started up again. Who knew that it was going to be this difficult? If the first person just saw it through, then I wouldn't have to be going through this, but there were signs from the start that it wasn't going to go well, but this is how you learn. On Monday I also got the eye palette from KKW, so Kim Kardashian West Matte Cocoa palette, and I wanted it for ages. I bought it a few weeks ago when it was on sale. They had like 30% off. And the thing that I didn't realise, which is quite obvious, is it's all mattes, and it's nice to have some sparkle in one of them. So when I use that one, I have to use some of the colours from there, and then I have to get another palette that's got some glitter on it so I can have a little sparkle. I'll just get it for you. This is how organised I am. I should have read through my diary before I started. So this is it there. That's the only gloss you'll see. So that's the eyeshadow there. And then the colours inside just need to cover up so you don't see everything. So there's the colours. They're all very matte, but they are really lovely. I do like natural colours. Put that to the side. So I got that on Monday and I've been playing with that, so that's nice. But today the makeup I've got on is a different one, but that's coming up. So Monday I got the eyeshadow palette, and I also edited the video podcast. So I've been writing out like a weekly plan, and it's working out pretty good. So it's freed me up for the rest of the week to work on learning how to mix and master and make new beats, and work on doing my beat visualizers for the beats that I'm making. So yeah, this weekly plan's working out really well. So on Tuesday, then I uploaded the podcast to YouTube, scheduled it, ready to go for Wednesday. There's also a podcast that I really love listening to called George Ezra and Friends. And this podcast is really good because he gets a lot of information out of the artist. So the person that he spoke to was Shania Twain. And the good thing about him is because he's an artist and he's talking to other artists, he gets more out of them and gets a lot of information. He's really very good at this interviewing. He's done heaps of really cool interviews from last year. I think last year he was a bit quiet because he was touring, but the year before he did like Elton John, and he did a few other obscure English artists because he's English, but all very interesting and informative, especially for artists, to just hear other artists' stories and their hardships and what they went through. And a lot of them say they were about to give up and then they broke through. Like, you hear that a lot. George Ezra and Friends, definitely listen out for that. There's heaps that I need to catch up on, but the Shania Twain one was really good. Also cutting down trees in the garden, like we hacked at them on Tuesday. I got a lot of splinters in my fingers. I was so sore on Tuesday. Just watching heaps of videos on YouTube, which is always really good. It's nice to have a break from everything. Again, being a carer at home, looking after my parents. So just to have a break is always really good, because I'm here 24/7, and a lot of people, you go to work 9 to 5 and you come home and you relax, but I'm working like 24/7 looking after them. So it's always nice to have a break, and just watching heaps of like random YouTube videos, which I really love to do. I don't watch much TV, but I do watch a lot of videos on YouTube, and I really enjoy doing that. And I really have to say thank you to all the people who are putting up like really interesting, diverse videos that I'm really, really enjoying. So I hope my video is one of those too that people are interested in. So that was on Tuesday, and then on Tuesday I got the Stormy makeup kit. So that's what I'm wearing today. It's very purpley, and but it's really pretty. Like, can you see the sparkle? It's got glitter on the front, and inside it's just lovely. Like, you can see, let me put my hand in the middle. You can see the butterflies. Whoops. The butterflies, and then just the colours are lovely too. And of course the Stormy blush, I got that one too. And it's just a lovely, you can't really see too well, just a lovely, it's called Flutter in Love. It's a lovely light colour, light mauve pinky. So that's what I've got on today. I try to copy the picture that Kylie's got, with the peach on the inside and the purple on the eyes. And I had the worst time trying to do the wings. Nearly had a breakdown. And I tried, and then I just took them off and then just did a tiny little flick on the edges. Like, some days I can get it and it's gorgeous, and other days it's just terrible and I have to erase them and then just do just a tiny flick on the end. So that was on Tuesday, so that was nice to get those. And I was actually outside hacking at the trees, and the postman came and he gave me the box, and he goes, "You've got a nice pink, you've got a very pink box." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." I didn't even think to tell him, "Oh, there's just makeup in there," but I was kind of wondering, I wonder what he was thinking was in the box. I don't know. But yeah, he was very, he just held it up for me like this. "You've got a very pink box." It was very odd, and he just sort of held it, then stared at me. I'm like, "Thank you," and I just took it and I walked away. So yeah, it was really odd. And he had a mustache too, and he was on the motorbike, and it reminded me of the Village People. the is it the cop that's got the mustache? It just made me laugh, the whole thing. Also on Tuesday, I made a disco beat called "Have My Way." And I don't know, I was just looking through all my samples and that was, I was just feeling some of the samples and I just made it. So that'll be coming out in a few weeks. And then on Wednesday, I promoted my podcast. And again, when I'm looking down, I'm looking at my purple fluffy llama diary. And I promoted the podcast video, went live, also finished the beat "Have My Way," and I just set it out nicely. So on Tuesday, I just made like 4 bars of it, and then on Wednesday, I just set it out because I've been watching a lot of videos on beat making, and one thing that a few people say is try to finish it, even if it's just 4 bars. Try to make it how you really want it to. Well, try to at least finish the 4 bars so it's what you would like the whole beat to sound like. Like, put all the instruments in there, and I've been really trying to work towards that. And then on Wednesday I set it out. So I set out the whole beat for the whole 3 minutes plus, and it's very bassy in the verses. And the hook has some swing to it as well. So I should have looked it up because I forgot what it sounds like now. And on Wednesday, I think while I was making that beat, I just needed a bit more, some different samples that I didn't have. So I just went looking on Prime Loops, where I usually buy a lot of my samples, and they had a sale up to 75% off, and I ended up buying about 18 different packs. Like normally they're $15, but they were like $3 to $4, and one particular producer of sample packs is called XXL Audio, and they make the best stuff, and they've got the best covers for their samples, as in like the cover of the album for the samples is all very retro, like very 70s, and I really like that. And I bought on the Wednesday, I think I bought the 10, and then on the Thursday I bought another 8. And I was very happy about that. But the problem is that when you buy a sample, it doesn't tell you that you've already bought it. So I've bought 2 that I didn't even know that I have. This is how much I use all the samples. Like I have like set sample packs that I go to, and I use those. So I'm trying to use a lot more samples, but I've got like set sections that I usually just go straight to. So that was Wednesday, and then on Thursday I did shopping, and I also watched Hustlers from the movie with J.Lo, and I just found it boring as hell. I think I started it on Wednesday, and it was just too boring, and I stopped it, and then I thought I've paid for it, so I continued to watch it on Thursday, and I just didn't enjoy it at all. It was boring. I didn't think J.Lo was very good. She didn't deserve an Oscar for that. That's why she didn't get nominated. I just felt she was overacting a bit and trying too hard. But, I mean, there were bits where she was good, but most of it I didn't like it. But there was another actress in there, and I was going to look it up. Okay, I'm going to look it up. Got my phone in front of me. Let's put in Hustlers movie to make sure we don't get any dirty stuff. And there was another actress in there. Oh, look, it says Will Ferrell is one of the producers. 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. Cardi B was in... Oh, Constance Wu. She was excellent. She should have gotten an Oscar nomination. She was really good. Very good at crying, but she was really good. I thought she pretty much stole the movie. It was really more her movie. So, but yeah, it wasn't very good. So if you haven't seen it, don't worry. On Thursday, I also have found out about this guy that does yoga classes, and his name is Travis Eliot. And he just has this lovely, very relaxing, gentle voice. And I found out about him from the checkout chick, Aldi. And she told me about this 1 hour class. It's a detox class online. And she said, you know, it's really hard to do. She struggled to go through. And I'm like, as if that's going to be hard. And I tried this class and I could only get halfway through. It's a really, really tough class. And I've done his half an hour detox class online, and that was really hard too. But I finished it. I thought, I'm going to do this and be proud of myself, because when he gets through all the hard stuff, he goes, you should be so proud of yourself that you've done that. That was tough. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get through it. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Travis Eliot, you should definitely look him up. So Thursday, as I said, I bought the rest of the sample packs, and also watched this tutorial about mastering. So when I mix my songs, I use Neutron 3, and when I master, I use Ozone 8. And I watched this really, really cool video that was very simple, very basic, which is what I need. And he showed me how to use Ozone 8, because I was using it differently, and I didn't realise that you could go through these presets, which, you know, sounds logical, but, you know, some things are not always logical. So Ozone 8, and yeah, just use one of the presets, and it was just to clean up your beat. And I found that when I cleaned it up, it gave it more fullness. And I'm just thinking, gosh, all the other beats that I've made, I could have added this and I didn't know. But I mean, this is how you learn. So if you've got Ozone A, you can just go into one of the presets and just, I think it was add clarity or clean up somehow. And it just did a beautiful job. So, and that was on Have My Way beat. So wait for that one to come out in a few weeks' time. And then on Friday, I started making a new beat called Heat. And it's called Heat because there was a sample in the beat called Heat. So that's still in its early stages. I'm trying to use the Unison packs, which is those chord packs you can just drag and drop. But I'm finding they're a little bit more difficult to use now. Before, the first few beats that I made, they just slot into place and they just, pretty much made themselves. But now these beats they're just a little bit harder to do. But I'm still going to persevere because I've paid a lot of money for them. So I'm going to continue persevering with that. And then on Friday... so we're on Friday. So Friday I also babysat my nephew. So with the beat Heat, I'm usually working at like 12 at midnight on Friday, midnight 1 to 2. I'm usually like doing stuff. So that's when I made that. And then during the day, I babysat my nephew, had a good time with him making castles because we've got blocks and he loves using blocks to make stuff. So I did that, and then I remixed Have My Way again. I did like 3 different versions. I've got to stop doing this. I mixed the song so that there's 3 different versions because sometimes I like a bit more bass, or sometimes I'm trying to get a bit more bass, trying to get it to sound a little bit different. So just kind of doing these different versions until I can get the version that I like. And I also remixed, it was more toning down the bass because there's a grumble in there. That was the problem with this one. There's a grumble in the beat. So it's just a matter of figuring out which sample, because I've got like 3 different bass beats in there, bass samples in there. So it's just a matter of figuring out which one had the most grumble, because they all had a bit of grumble in them. So it's just a matter of turning it down, and I find that I can hear it better after I've mixed it and exported it, and then I can hear it. So that's why there's 3 different versions, but you're going to get the 3rd version, which I think is the best one. And I also started making the beat video for Have My Way. And it can take a while to make the beat videos because it's trial and error as to what I want to do. Sometimes it's like adding a background, so that means then I have to cut around me to add different backgrounds, and then it's like different pictures, and it's just trial and error. So sometimes it can take a few hours, and then I'll realize the next day that I didn't like it at all. I wipe it all and then just start again and use a different photo altogether and just clean it up a bit with lighting and use that. So that tends to happen a lot. But that's the creative process, so I'm kind of happy with that. I mean, it is a bit frustrating. I wish that I could just do it in one go, but being creative means you got to try different things until you get it how you want. And then on Saturday, we cleaned the house on Saturdays. Also on Saturday, it was my brother-in-law's name day. So name day being Greek, it's when your name falls on the same day as a saint that has a similar name to you, or you have a similar name to them. So that was on Saturday. So I went to my sister's. We had a party. It was really very nice. And then on Saturday when I got home, I don't know why, but I wrote out a list of all the lipsticks that I've got because I don't know why. I do know why. Because I wrote out all the lipsticks because I was going to get some new ones, and some of the new ones are actually ones that I have. And this is the list here, and what I did was a swatch. I swatched them here, and then I just wrote the names there and then like the company that they're from, and I've got like 3 pages of them. So there's like 3 pages of them. I think it's a really good idea to do. It took me like 2 to 3 hours to do that, but at least I can see the color of them because some of them got a slight pink tone and some of them are slight nude, some of them are darker, and some of them I've forgotten all about. So it's really good because now I don't have to like trial and error. Like sometimes I'll put it on, think, oh no, this is too dark, I don't want this, and then I have to go and get it, take it off and put on a different one. So at least with this, I can sort of scan through and like, oh yeah, that's the tone that I need. So actually, I think it was really a good idea. It just took me a little while, but I had fun. I was listening to Eckhart Tolle while I was doing that, and he's really cool too. I really enjoy listening to him. I actually saw him a few years ago. If you see him in person, exactly like what you see on the videos, he just sits there, no notes, very thoughtful, and just waits. I don't know what waits to be inspired, waits for, I don't know, just to be enlightened. It's and he's got a lovely calming voice and such a lovely sense of humor too, like when he chuckles or when he laughs. Like it when he laughs at his own jokes. But yeah, interesting man, and I highly recommend you have a listen to some of his videos. They're really cool. Some of the things I didn't understand, and sometimes I was just like writing things out and I wasn't really listening, but it was like sort of like sinking into my subconscious. So and then sometimes I had to go back and like, hang on, what did he just say? And then I had to rewind it and re-listen. So that was on Saturday, and then on Sunday I went back to make the beat video for Have My Way because I kind of started it on Friday, but I finished it Sunday because I wasn't happy with what I had done on Friday, and just did something very basic. I just went and had a look through what other beat makers do, and I came across a really cool beat maker, and it's just a very plain background color and just a picture of any sort of item right in the middle of it. And I thought, I've been kind of maybe overthinking it with the beat visualizers and all that. I still really enjoy doing them, but if I can keep them as simple as possible, I think that'll be the best. And now I have to look at doing like a logo for my beats, which will be really cool. And then I just put that in the corner, and that'll be it. Just have a picture of myself and my logo. So that'll be really cool because I really enjoy the pictures that I'm taking on Snapchat. Thank God for those filters. And just like with the makeup and the backgrounds, and on Snapchat there's cute filters and stuff. So and it's sort of like another way to brand myself, get myself out there and have my face on my beats. So I think that's a good idea. And so, as I said, it is Sunday, and today I went to Moomba. So Moomba is an event we have every year. It's always towards the start of March, and it's just an event in the city, and it's got rides and fairy flies, my favourite, hot chips. I love hot chips. And there's a Birdman rally where people make planes and stuff, and they have to jump in the river, and whoever gets the furthest wins. I'm not sure what they win. It probably wouldn't be anything very big. And then there's always the water skiing, and it's along the Yarra River, and it's on both sides, and it's really cool. There was heaps of people, which was really nice to see. And thank God I took my hat because it was burning. The sun was burning. Even though it wasn't a very hot day, the sun was like really out. So took my lovely peachy, fluoro peachy hat, and went and had a look around. And then I came home and I started getting ready for this. So putting up the background, and then I put my face on, and then I put my lighting on. And today I've put a cool light on, so you can change the settings on this light. I usually have like a warm light, but I think that's why it's been like the background and my face has been a bit sort of like monotone. But with the cooler lighting, it's looking a bit brighter. So, and you can sort of see my makeup, whereas with the other ones, like, I still have piled it on. I don't think you know how much makeup I've got on. I've really piled it on. But yeah, so that was the week. So we've got the beat of the week. Let me go back in my diary. So the beat of the week is Could You Love Me, which is this really beautiful beat, and it's got a sample on it that says Could You Love Me, and I've put it throughout the beat, and it's got lots of strings and bass and horns, and I've used the chord pack, so I've just dragged and dropped some chords in there, and this one was one of the first ones that I made with this chord pack, and it all just fell together really nicely. So it's a lovely, beautiful, romantic beat, and I've left it the same throughout. I haven't really changed anything, and it's just a really beautiful beat, so I hope you enjoy it. So that is it for this week. Please share with your friends or someone you think would like to hear it. Take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, go to your GP, your general practitioner, general doctor if you need any help. Call Lifeline if you need it, reach out. And I will catch you guys next week. And here is the beat of the week, Could You Love Me? Hope you enjoy it. Catch you next week. Bye.